Across the globe, we keep over 470 million dogs as pets. That is a lot of four-legged friends and waggy tails to look after. For many of us, having a dog means relying on friends or family to take care of them when we want to go on vacation. For others, we might look at other options such as dog boarding or dog sitting. These are great solutions for when you want to hop on a plane and take some much-needed holiday time in the sun. But what if you want to take your dog with you? In this video, I am going to give you my top 11 tips when traveling with dogs in a car. Number 11. Plan ahead and make it a pet-friendly route. Taking a road trip is one of the most fun-filled adventures, and it is entirely yours to map out and plan. Whether you want to hit the road for a few days, a few weeks, or even months, your options are endless, and that is why it is the perfect trip to take with your dog. With so many options available, the responsibility does fall on your shoulders to ensure you have planned your trip to the best of your ability. Not just the car journey, but your accommodation, hotel facilities, and location need to be carefully considered for your dog. Review the details of your hotel booking or the Airbnb's pet policy before booking your accommodations. Whilst the internet is full of information, if you have any doubt, call the hotel directly, as they can give you relevant, accurate, and up-to-date details on their policies. Then when mapping out your route, you'll have to plan around their needs. Check the map to make sure your route has plenty of safe places for you to park up and to let your pet stretch their legs, eat, and go to the toilet. Number 10. Check your paperwork. Depending on where you are traveling, you may need some paperwork. For example, if you are cutting through Europe and passing a country border, your dog will need a pet passport. This will mean that your dog will require some vaccination updates. This is good practice even if you are not crossing a country border. Before you begin your trip, make sure your dog's microchip information is up to date in the event that you and your pet become separated. Ensure that it contains the number you are taking with you when you travel. You may also want to seriously consider a pet GPS tracker, which can help you to locate your pet quickly if they become startled and run off or get lost. Number 9. Take some practice trips ahead of time. Take as many practice trips in the car with your dog as possible. This will help when it comes to the big day, as your dog will know what to expect. They will be used to traveling and therefore less frightened. Try and make their first experience in the car a positive one by giving them their favorite toys. Let them smell the area, get used to space before you begin to travel. Then when your pet is calm, go for a short drive. A great tip is to also take your pet to their favorite place, such as the park, so they associate the car with a good experience. If you can, you should repeat the experience in the lead up to your trip and increase the duration each time. Number 8. Check in with your vet before travel. If you need a pet passport or similar documentation for your road trip, you will need to see your vet before you can travel, as your dog will need a checkup and vaccinations. However, even if this is not a requirement for your trip, a checkup is never a bad idea. Number 7. Pack all of the essentials. Generally speaking, you are going to need all the basics such as food, medicines, leash, collar, bowls, litter box, toys, and waste bags. You may need extra things that are specific for your dog, but these are the main essentials that should be on your checklist. Take a moment to check out on Camnob Travel for the full list of essentials to pack. Number 6. Protect your dog and also protect your car. For everyone's health and safety, it is much better not to let pets be loose or free or sit on your lap in the car for your journey. Smaller dogs should travel in a carrier. This is the safest and easiest option. The larger the carrier, the better for your pet, as you are giving them more space to move around. For medium-sized and large dogs, this is not an option. If your dog doesn't comfortably fit in a carrier, they should have their own seat. It is best practice to attach the harness to the belt buckle. Dogs absolutely love fresh air and will most likely dash at the chance to stick their head out of the window, but this is not a great idea. Dust and debris can get into your dog's eyes and ears, and the last thing you want on a road trip is your dog suffering from an infection. Number 5. Make sure your dog is super tired. It is a simple fact: a tired dog is a well-behaved dog. So, before you begin your journey, make sure your dog has had a lot of exercises and is tired and happy. This way you are sure to get the best behavior during the journey, as your dog will be resting. Number 4. Keep your dog entertained. Comfort is important. If your dog has a favorite blanket, dog bed or cushion, bringing it will help your dog to relax and feel calmer. But there will be moments when your dog wants to be a dog. Spending a few hours on the road can be pretty boring in a dog's eyes, so don't forget to pack their favorite toy to keep them entertained. And that goes for when you take a break at the service stops along the way. You may not be able to play fetch as you might have little space, no enclosed area, and your dog will be in an unfamiliar place which could make them disorientated. A good toy to bring is a rope toy where you can play tug of war. This means your dog can use up their energy and you have more control too. Number 3. Stay safe on and off the road. Firstly, make sure your dog is fully secured before you begin your journey. This includes securing the carrier in place or harness. Crack the window an inch to allow air to circulate, but don't open the window too wide so your dog can stick its head out. When you take a break, you need to remember that your dog might be very stressed and anxious, as well as being in an unfamiliar area filled with new smells and distractions. Your dog may have a lot of energy built up, so don't be surprised if the moment you open the car door they try and make their great escape. Be prepared. Have the harness securely clipped, keep calm and keep yourself grounded on your dog's level so they can come to you for reassurance whilst they adapt to the new area. Number 2. Don't ignore what your dog is telling you. We can always expect our dogs to act differently when we take a road trip, especially in those first few miles. They might howl and cry, they could be anxious and tremble, there could be physical actions too, like passing gas, weeing, pooping or being sick. Any of these things are totally normal. But if this behavior continues, then you should think about pulling over and checking on your dog. Having your attention and soothing them to know all is okay can make the world of difference, and if it doesn't, you should think about speaking to your vet about some anxiety medication that could help. First, you need to be very cautious about using products without consulting with your vet first. For example, your dog could get very sick from ingesting or being exposed to some essential oils. If these products do not work for your dog, and you can't avoid bringing your pet on the road, then there are other options. You can ask your vet about anti-anxiety medications that are safe for animals, and they will talk you through how to use them. Number 1. Take frequent breaks. You know that feeling when you have been in the car for hours and you just want to get out and stretch your legs? Well, imagine you have 4 of them. Lots of breaks are exactly what you and your pup need to make the journey as enjoyable as possible. It is always the best idea to check the map before you go to make sure you can space your stops. But if you see a wide open space that you want to sit back and relax for 10 minutes and let your dog hop out of the car, why not? They won't be complaining, that's for sure. Enjoy! And now that we have reached the end of these 11 tips for traveling with dogs in a car, remember to click like and subscribe to Camnob Travel channel. I will see you in another video shortly.